This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
One of the most difficult things to try to educate young people about is the concept of finality. One great method that we have to do so, any type of sports game that results in a tournament, where it's time where you win, and if you don't, your season is done. The Flower Mound Jaguar baseball team is well versed in this concept. Last year on their way to the state championship, they faced a number of elimination games. In fact, 3 game threes in the first 4 rounds alone. Not to mention the 2 games in Round Rock were both win and you advance or win the state championship, lose, the season is done. So the Jaguars, with plenty of experience on their side, head into Game 3 today against an upstart Timber Creek Falcon team making their first appearance in the postseason. A loose bunch that, quite frankly, they're happy to be here on Saturday. Nobody gave them any shot of playing this ball game here today. But they've come out and put together a very impressive 2 ball games against the defending state champs. So it all comes down to this. As Danny Wallace wrote on his message in the dugout, fight or die. It's Game 3, Flower Mound and Timber Creek coming your way next on Champion Sports Radio. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here to our home away from home Quick Trip Park in Grand Prairie, Texas. Thomas Lee joined by Sweet Pete Nielsen, and we are about to get underway. The Jaguars will be the road team, 25-4 on the season, losing for the first time since a Saturday afternoon affair in March against the Wakeland Wolverines last night. They will be taking on Timber Creek Falcons. They enter 16-8-1 overall, and here's the first pitch, and it's under the knees for ball 1. Nick O'Brien gets the start for the Falcons. Fastball, curveball, changeup pitcher, right-hander. He had about 3 or 4 starts in district play. And Coach Watson told me his job is just to keep the ball in the zone and attack and let the defense play behind him. And that is O'Brien's MO. He's fallen behind here, 2-0, make it 3-0 of the leadoff Jaguar, Noah Hill.
Nothing could be finer than a leadoff walk with Noah Hill, putting the pressure on that he can with the speed that he has.
3-0 automatic in there for a strike. Great hitters count now 3-1, but we've seen Noah gladly take the base on balls 4 times in this series. He's got 29 on the season. Ooh, and that one's at the letters, and the count runs full. Noah Hill, senior second baseman, leading things off, batting second. The left fielder, the junior Skylar Cox, and senior first baseman Sean Weimer batting third. Top third of the order, who we will see here in the top of the first. Hill swings at this one high into the air, maybe playable foul territory, third base side. And in fact, the third baseman, Davidson, is there to make the catch, and that is the first down here in the top of the first.
Just got under it a little bit, and nice job by Davidson, ranging towards the foul line for the first out of the ball game.
Rest of the lineup for Danny Wallace, 90 wins, 20 defeats, 2 ties in his third year. The head coach of the Jaguars, Jamison Hanna, senior center fielder, batting fourth. Batting fifth, senior shortstop Casey Jacobson, and Thomas Jeffries, senior designated hitter, batting sixth. It's the middle third of the order. As Cox steps up, swings through the first pitch for strike one. Bottom third of the order, junior catcher Nick Thornquist batting 7th, batting 8th, Sean Holhouse, senior third baseman, and the senior right fielder Chad Paris batting 9th. So again, Hill with a pop-up in foul territory, caught by the third baseman Davidson. Cox at the plate, Weimer on deck. So the count goes 1-1 to Skylar Cox, Middle third of the order, Hannah, Jacobson, and Jeffries. Bottom third, Thornquist, Holhouse, and Paris to face off against Nick O'Brien. Ground ball too short. Long one hopper, and the throw over by Klein in time. 6-3 ground up, 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the first.
Well, just like last night, Timber Creek outstanding defensively so far, making the routine plays. No sign of nerves early, because this bunch has never been to this level.
Nick O'Brien comes in with a 2.97 ERA. 6'2", 170-pound junior on the mound for the Falcons, and Weimer takes the first pitch on the outside corner for strike one. Oh, 1 pitch. Swung through. 0-2 to Weimer. 3-hole hitting senior first baseman. Left fielder Ryan Van Leeuwen, last night's stellar pitching performance was courtesy of his left arm. In center field, Anthony Orta, whose bat has been a huge difference maker in this series. And in right field, Austin Gage. Hard hit ball, foul down the third baseline. Weimer stays alive, 0-2. Around the infield at third base, Ty Davidson, who's been a really plus player for the Falcons in this series, both at the hot corner and the plate. The shortstop to stand out, Brian Klein, headed to Texas Tech. At second, Carlos Reyes made all the hard plays look easy. And at first base, Game 1 starter Isaac Slaybach, who will be hitting in the lineup today. Goes down, Weimer fouls this one off, and the count remains 0-2. Battery again, Dalton Davies behind the plate, and on the mound, Nick O'Brien. He's been keeping in the zone so far. Went to a full count after a 3-0 start against Hill, and since then has really settled in. And he completes a 1-2-3 first with a swinging strikeout, his first K of the game. In the first, no runs, hits, errors, nobody left. We played a half inning. Jaguars 0. Falcons coming to bat for the first time after these messages on Champion Sports Radio and CSR TV.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Bottom half of the first inning here at Quick Trip Park. I feel like I'm going to be saying that until Wednesday. Timber Creek coming to the plate. Jaguars not able to mount anything offensively. Tell you about the starting pitcher for the Jaguars and introduce you to the batting order for the Timber Creek bunch. Here's Thomas.
Thank you, Peter. Thomas Lauer getting the start here in game number 3. And it almost doesn't even matter who they run out. The numbers for this pitching staff for Flower Mound just minuscule. Lauer, the 6'1", 170-pound senior. Fastball in the upper 80s. Good changeup, but a plus curveball, and that is what the Falcons will have to try to connect on today if they want to have any chance of being successful. This one is hit, and a nice leaping grab by Jacobson. Line shot too short, and Klein is retired for the first out here in the home half of the first inning. Lauer, 2-0 on the year, 0.42 earned run average. That's right, 0.42 ERA. This is his 13th appearance, his second start of the season. First pitch to second baseman Reyes. Low and away, ball 1. In 16 2/3 innings, Lauer has given up just 3 base hits. 2 runs have scored, only 1 of them has been earned. 4 walks against 21 strikeouts. He has allowed a home run, but opponents are hitting .057. That's right, .057 batting average against for Thomas Lauer on the mound. This one is fisted off foul and over into the dugout for the Falcons. Count now a ball and 2 strikes. We should point out the Jaguars in their road jerseys. Very sharp-looking, kind of a steel gray color with the Jaguars in navy and white background, white numerals, and the ever-popular white and navy camouflage accents on the dark jerseys. Going with the white pants and, of course, the usual Jaguar hat with the FM mashed together on the front. Meanwhile, Timber Creek in their home white jerseys. Vested look with black sleeves, purple numerals, Falcons, and block print across the front. It's a pitch misses low and outside, and the count is full now to Reyes. Derek Watson, 48, 78, and 2 in his 6th year, the only head coach in Timber Creek history. 191 wins in his 18 years all told. With stops at Midway, Lexington, and Robinson coming in. Reyes fouls this one off. Stay alive with a full count with 1 gone here, bottom of the first. Today's lineup, slightly tweaked. Brian Klein led it off with a hard hit ball to his counterpart at shortstop, Casey Jacobson, and now Carlos Reyes is at the plate. He hits this one over the head of Holhouse at third. It gets down, dug out quickly by Cox. He's going to fire to second. There's a chance for a play, and they got him! Cox does it again. He's been so spectacular in left field this season. Diving catches, and he shows off his cannon for an arm there with a throw on a dime. And Hill swipes the tag, and Reyes is out after a single.
Bang, bang play at second base, and Derek Watson's not so sure his runner was out, but from here, it looked like he got him. What a play by Skylar Cox, shading the line against the right-hand hitter. In fact, Danny Wallace had just moved him after that pitch, and it worked perfectly for the Jaguars.
So while Coach Watson is out there talking to the second base umpire to kind of see what his thoughts on the situation are, get a good shot there as he gets his last words in and starts to walk away. We'll complete the lineup for you. Klein led it off, hard hit ball right to Jacobson, diving or leaping catch, I should say, to rob him of a hit. Reyes with a single over the head of the third baseman, Holhouse. Cox fires it in and guns him down at second. So 2 gone now, and Dalton Davies, the junior catcher, will step to the plate in the 3-hole. Middle third of the order, batting 4th, Ty Davidson, senior third baseman. Freshman designated hitter Mateo Gill, batting 5th, batting 6th, Ryan Van Leeuwen, the senior left fielder. As the first pitch into Davies from Lauer is there for strike 1. Bottom third of the order, batting 7th, Isaac Slaybach, the first baseman, the senior. Senior right fielder Austin Gage batting 8th, and batting 9th, the junior center fielder Anthony Orta. 0-2 the count. So Klein and Reyes are both out. Davies at the plate. That's the top third of the order. Middle third, Davidson, Gill, Leeuwen, Van Leeuwen. Bottom third, Slaybach, Gage, and Orta. 0-2 from Lauer. Late swing by Davies to foul it off and stay alive. There's that good-looking curveball I was talking about, Peter. It's got a lot of break and bite to it.
Yeah, and Dom, it's 12-6 type curveball, and in on the hands. He couldn't have done anything with that, even if he put it in play.
The 0-2 again from Lauer. Fastball low and away, 1-2. Defensively for the Jaguars, what you would expect. Kyler Cox is in left field. Jamison Hanna in center. Chad Paris over in right. And as becoming the norm with the way the wind is in this ballpark, left fielder playing a little deeper than normal. Right fielder maybe shaded in a little. Center field about average depth. And that's what we've seen from, we've seen 6 different teams play in this ballpark over the last couple of days. We've seen everybody starting to go more and more to this particular outfield arrangement. 2-2 grounded to short. Jacobson throw over on the money as always. 6-3 ground out. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Lauer, albeit a little unconventional. No runs on a hit, no errors, nobody left. We head to the second, scoreless between the Falcons and the Jaguars here in game number 3 of this best-of-3 series. And we'll be back at it here at Quick Trip Park after these messages on CSR TV.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute, online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Top half of the second inning here at Quick Trip Park. We're scoreless through 1. 4, 5, and 6 coming to the plate for your Jaguars. Here's Thomas.
O'Brien out to begin his second inning of work. He retired the side in order top of the first, so he'll face the middle third of the order. Hannah, Jacobson, and Jeffries due up here in the second. Timber Creek, of course, winning game 2 last night 4-0. That's been the score of both ball games. Flower Mound won game 1 4-0.
Can't get much more even than that.
The first pitch from O'Brien is a tad outside to the left-handed swinging Hannah. Again, going outside. Might have seen something here. We've seen Hannah turn on a couple of pitches. He was 2 for 4 in game 1, 1 for 3 in game 2. So 3 for 7 in the series. He's had a nice couple of games here against the Falcons. They're not so carefully trying to carefully pitch around him here.
Yeah, possibly, as you said, boy, Thursday night seems such a long time ago, but the hottest hitter coming into the series was Jamison Hannah, and nothing's let off since the beginning of the series.
It's a 4-pitch walk to lead things off here in the second. Here comes the Jaguar offense in motion. Leadoff man on is stage 1. Stage 2 is the ability to move the runner over. Maybe with a bunt, with a bat as hot as Jacobson's. You may think he will swing away here. Casey has been dynamite the entirety of district play. Flirting with 400, 390 coming into the series. Two for 7 in the series as he takes the first pitch for ball 1. That's 5 balls in a row. It's another warm day here, but the breeze kind of cooling thing off. The part that I can't get over, I feel like we played this whole series in Houston. The air is so heavy. Jacobson shows bunt, stabs at it, can't connect. 1-1 the count. Casey, 24 RBI on the season. Leading the team. Batting average tops on the club as well. And a 1-1 count. Always got to be mindful of Hannah taking off. He stole a base last night. Stole one in game 1 as well. $12 stolen bases on 14 attempts this season for the center fielder. Takes off. Pitch is swung on, and it'll be strike 2. Great jump, though, by Hannah at first.
So Coach Wallace trying to shake things up. You go try to get the bunt down. You're unsuccessful. Do the next best thing, a little hit and run. And now Casey's in defensive mode and down in the count 1-2. Again, put the pressure on this Timber Creek bunch. They have not been here at this level in a game 3, and it makes a difference.
We saw the difference that pressure makes, and I felt like the third game was really the second and a half game that we called yesterday here. Game 2 of the Carroll Midlothian series, a Dragon bunch that never commits an error. Almost, I'm not even hardly exaggerating, especially through this season. They've been so sound defensively. 3 errors in the 6th led to 3 runs scoring, and there will be a game 3 in that series. You can see it here on Champion Sports Radio at the conclusion of this one.
You never give a team at this level 6 outs, and that's exactly what the Dragons did.
Runner takes off, pitches low and away, and Davies doesn't even make a throw. 13th stolen base of the season.
Davies had no chance that time to pitch outside, and he had to reach for it. And great jump once again by Jamison, and now in scoring position, nobody out.
2-2 swung on to center field. Base hit. Stop sign will be up as Orta has shown he has got a cannon. And yeah, I think even with Hannah's speed, he still would have been a third of the way away from home plate by the time that throw got there. So runners at the corners now, and nobody out here in the second for the Jaguars.
And a great job by Jamison Hannah making sure that ball fell down, because he didn't get a good read on it, so he froze like he's supposed to. Coach Wallace does the right thing. First and third, nobody out now for your Jag, knocking on the door.
Boy, Jacobson is just so solid.
BYU has a find next spring.
Yeah, the 2017 spring, I'm probably going to be tuning into quite a few BYU broadcasts with McKay will be back from his mission. Casey will be there. Noah will be playing as well. Jaguars West, as I like to call it.
Well, aren't they? No, they're the Cougars.
They're the Cougars.
Oh, well.
Still in the Cat family. Thomas Jeffries steps up, 235 average. Runner goes. Ball knocked down. Jacobson steals second. Double play is off. And a great eye by Jeffries now. And you saw on the movement from Jacobson on first, Hannah took about 5 or 6 steps towards home. If Davies had tried to throw out Casey, who, by the way, swipes his 4th base of the season, he would have absolutely come home from third, speaking of Hannah. So many different ways that this Jaguar team is capable of scoring runs and putting pressure on you. And now with runners at second and third. And Jeffries, quite an accomplished bunter as well. Boy, I have no idea what is going to transpire here. Everything's on the table with a 2-0 count.
Well, it's not very often when the opposing coach goes out to the mound to talk to your pitcher. You know, sometimes the runners will go over and talk to the third base coach. Danny Wallace sprinted over to his dugout and called everybody together. He's seen something that he wanted to share with his team. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know what it is, but he shared something and was very, very adamant about it.
Runners on second and third, infield half in. Squaring to bunt is Jeffries, trying to do a suicide. Hannah gets back in time. Boy, Davies with a really smart play there. The junior playing beyond his years, not trying to force it to make a throw. That's what the Jags want you to do. Nobody holding Jacobson on at second. He gets a great lead. You can see his legs at the top of your screen. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball right side of the infield. This may get the run home. The throw is going to come. Sliding in. The ball gets away, and Hannah is safe. Good hard slide on the inside edge of the plate. Plates the first run and an RBI by Jeffries.
Jamison going on contact. Bang, bang play at the plate. The throw just a little bit to the right side of the plate, so the catcher, Davies, had to grab, and by the time he came with the swipe tap, Thomas, the ball kicked out of the glove by Jamison. Jaguars on the scoreboard.
Jeffries reaches on a fielder's choice. Nobody out, though. So runners at the corners now for the Jags as the catcher, Nick Thornquist, will step to the plate. 271 average coming into the series. 0 for 5, but has worked a walk. Squaring to bunt. Beautiful effort. First base side, no play at the plate. Jacobson trots home. It's an RBI sacrifice for Thornquist in a 2-0 Jaguar lead here in the second.
And this is Jaguar baseball. This is what you've told me about all spring. Execution, you can't do it any better than that. 2-0 Jaguars.
Sacrifice bunt 1-3. Boy, how it hugs the line. It's not that easy, folks. If you've ever tried it, you know the degree of difficulty. Great execution by the junior catchers. Whole house, the third baseman, now will step in and take the first pitch high and tight, ball one. Sean 1 for 3 in the series with 2 walks. Been very patient, putting together some really quality at-bats for the Jags. That one pitch comes inside as well. Go back to Nick O'Brien. You know, the one thing that Coach Watson told me is he needs to attack the zone and get the ball in there, and getting behind hitters has led to this. The walk to Hannah, he scores. Did get ahead of Jacobson, who fought back and got a single. Now falling behind 2-1. It was 2-0, and that one pitch is a strike to Whole House. 2-1 the count, with, again, only 1 out here in the second. O'Brien looks back to second. Comes home, pitch fouled off. Whole house still alive. Jeffries on second. Two-two pitch. Nice block at the plate. Davies can't make a throw, though, and another stolen base. It's the third swiped bag of the inning by the Flower Mound Jaguars.
What a great read by Thomas Jeffries. Pitched down in the dirt, and as soon as the catcher went to his knee, he took off. And at runner scoring position now with less than 2 out, you got to try to pick him up, put that third run on.
9th stolen base of the series for the Jags.
There you go.
Good swing by Whole House to center. It's a solid single. It's an RBI knock to make it a 3-0 Jaguar lead as Jeffries walks home from third.
Just a little looper into center field. Ortega has no chance, and Orta has no chance, and Jaguar baseball has awoken 3-0.
First 3 men to the plate reach base. They've all come around to score. 1 gone here, top of the second. The 9-hole hitting right fielder Chad Paris steps in. Tries to put down a bunt. Third baseman now is going to start creeping in. Davidson's going, oh, wait, I remember this guy.
And the speed he possesses.
So many different things that the Jaguars can put pressure on the opposition. The speed of Paris is high up on that list. Shows bunt, may pull it back. Does. The pitch is outside. They're going to throw down at first. Whole house maybe picked off. The ball hits him as he goes on there. Boy, a lucky break for the Jaguars there as Whole house is safe. If the throw is over, Sean, that is going to be probably an out at second. But instead, it keeps the inning alive with 1 gone.
But this goes back to what I've been saying since last night. Game 3 pressure. They've never been there. You get a little momentum like Flower Mound's got now. You can see it. They're starting to press a little bit.
1-1 pitch here to Paris. Puts down the bunt. Back to the mound. The throw over. Boy, we're talking a half step, folks. That was really close. But the sacrifice bunt, 1-3 if you're scoring at home. That moves the potential 4th run of the inning just 90 feet away as Whole House is now on third. There are 2 out here in the second. The lineup will reset, and Noah Hill with a chance to drive in a run. First pitch to Hill. Inside, ball 1. Full count, got jammed and popped up into foul territory at third base. Davidson caught it outside the line to lead the game off. Now for the second time in as many innings. That one comes in tight as well, 2-0 the count. Brian's just given up 2 base hits, but 3 runs have come across. All of them earned. That one, good location on the outside corner for O'Brien, 2-1. Good location again. Took something off it. The changeup hits. 2-2 the count. Runner on third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here, top of the second. Solid hit to short. And Klein will throw over on the ground out, 6-3. And that'll do it for the Jaguars' second, but not before they take the lead. They get 3 runs on the benefit of 2 base hits. There were no errors and a runner left on base. The state champs have responded. How will Timber Creek? We'll find out after these messages. We head to the bottom of the second. Jags up 3-0 on Champion Sports Radio and CSR TV.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
Shut down inning for Thomas Lauer. Starts out great, line drive to Noah Hill for the first out of the inning. Shut him down here. I think that would go a long way in this one, Thomas.
Absolutely, Peter. We head to the bottom of the second. 3-0. Flower Mound on top of Timber Creek. Game 3, winner go home. Or as Danny Wallace wrote on the lineup card in the dugout, fight or die. Jags have come out fighting. Lauer's first pitch to the 5-hole hitting freshman Mateo Gill. Throwing away ball 1. Gill, 300 average come again, 5'11", 150-pound freshman, son of former Ranger Benji Gill. So that one catches at the knees for a strike, count 1-1. It's a solidly built freshman out there. Imagine when he grows into that body.
Yeah, he's still growing, and boy, he had a big hit last night for this Timber Creek bunch. Big double, scoring a couple, 2-out double, it scored a bunch of runs.
His only hit of the series, he's 1 for 6. Now down 1-2 here to Lauer with 1 out in the second. Off speed, stays high. Yeah, that 2-out, 2-run double in the third took it from a 2-0 to a 4-0 lead. That kind of really changed the complexion and mindset of the ball game. That's a solid hit back up the middle. Gill's second hit of the series, second hit off of Lauer here this afternoon. A 1-out single.
Young man can hit. Took it right back up the middle like you're taught, and 1-out single. Big young Mateo.
If there's something in your DNA about hitting, well, he would be a case for that theory.
I think I see Benji in the crowd down there by the dugout. Pretty sure that would be the Benji Gill.
The TC interlocking hat with the black hat and the purple bill. I think I see him too. This one high in the air. Harris, I think, tried to call off Hill. I don't know if he heard him. They changed a little high five, but a great play by Noah Hill as Deuce robs Ryan Van Leeuwen, the left fielder, of a base hit. 2 gone now here in the second.
If you're going to take charge over Noah Hill, you better yell louder, because anything in that area is his. He's a center fielder of the infield.
Much respect to Isaac Slaybach. His walk-up music is Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby, and he calmly strokes a single to the left side of the infield. Jumping all over that first pitch. That will move Gill over to second. So 2 on and 2 out here in the second. Slaybach came in with a 195 average. That his first at-bat in the series.
Well, if you hit like that, you can have any kind of music you want, Thomas. Second hit of the inning, third on the night. Afternoon. I'm noticing a trend in their walk-up music.
And I'm dancing around to it every time it comes on?
Yeah.
I like lots of music. So.
Uh-huh.
Little Usher. I was trying to do some math in my head real quick. It's like, yeah, I guess these kids were alive when that song came out. Maybe barely. Ice Ice Baby, definitely not. First pitch stays high. Ball 1 to Austin Gage. The right fielder came in hitting 196. Gage 1 for 6 in the series, has been robbed by a couple of great defensive plays. One by Jacobson and one by Parker Scott. Remember that diving catch at first the other night? Whew. That was with Gage at the plate. This one is swung on. A nice catch in the stands by a Jaguar fan.
There they are. Public service announcement by your cameraman.
For those of you tuning in and we're awaiting the start of the Marcus game, Game 2 between the Marauders and the Geyer Wildcats, that is starting now. Busy day on Champion Sports Radio.
Can you say that again?
Which part? The
busy day on Champion Sports Radio.
Yeah, we got some things going on. Ground ball. Hill has it. Will step on the base unassisted. Play by Noah Hill. Deuce does it himself. Line shot to him. Pop up to him. And a 4 unassisted play on a fielder's choice as Hill retires all 3 outs here in the second. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We've played 2 innings. It's a 3-0 Jaguar lead here on Champion Sports Radio. Third inning after these messages.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Top half of the third inning here at Quick Trip Park. Jaguars lead 3-0. 2, 3, and 4 coming to the plate. See if they can build on that lead. Here's Thomas.
First pitch in there, strike 1. Cox with a ground out to short. In the first, it'll be Cox, Weimer, and Hanna due up here in the third. Swings through that one, 0-2 the count. Cox still looking for his first base hit of the series. 0 for 6 with a walk. Fouls that one off to stay alive. Still 0-2.
Jaguars got to find a way to keep the pressure on. Just keep attacking like you've seen all year, Thomas. And make that.
And the strikeout. Second strikeout of the game for O'Brien. And the first out here in the third is Sean Weimer will step to the plate.
What I was going to say is make that wall that they have to climb even higher. But got lost in the middle of it.
O'Brien's pitch. Blowing away ball 1 to Weimer. He's got pretty extensive windup here. Once he gets the sign, watch the different moves he has. Up high, down low, steps into it, knee lift, and the delivery. And it works there.
And a changeup. Deceiving.
1-1 the kill. Hard hit ball foul down the third base line and out of play. Bounce around amongst the picnic tables there. Not a bad day for baseball. We even have the sun trying to fight through.
The sun comes out, it's become a sauna.
1-2 pitch. That one's outside, 2-2.
The bad thing about the sun coming out, Thomas, and this is my weather experience I've gained since Thursday. The sun comes out, it heats up more. The storms are going to be stronger later, as they keep predicting. Hopefully we'll be done.
Good hit by Weimer. Fading foul, though, as it's down the left field line into the grassy berm. Weimer's still alive. We've seen a number of pitches here off of O'Brien. The 11th total in 2 at-bats coming up. That one's low and away, full count.
Good at-bat by Sean Weimer. Now he just got to finish it off.
50 pitches now thrown by O'Brien through 2 1/3. 30 of those 50 for strikes, so struggled a bit with that in the second. Gets Weimer swinging here, third K for O'Brien. 2 gone now here in the third inning.
Good movement on that ball. It started in the strike zone and then dove out of it. Sean swung over it.
Safania Jaguar Baseball brought to you in part by Raising Cane's on Main Street in Louisville and FM 407 in Flower Mound. Love to support the Jaguars. Their other love is cooked-to-order chicken finger meals along with the unique Raising Cane's secret sauce. Jaguars want to thank Cane's for their support.
I was thinking to myself last night when we got home how awesome it would have been if the drive-thru was still open, because I drove right by one. Love Raising Cane's.
One by where I used to live might have been. Over by SMU.
Well, that's a different...
That's a little out of the way, probably.
Yeah, and a different culture down there. You know, those kids are just going out at that time of night usually. So I was tired.
I got home after 1.
Yep.
2-0 pitch swung on. Good hit by Hanna to center, but Orta's there to make the catch. Jumped all over the pitch he saw after getting ahead in the count, but it's a 1-2-3 inning for O'Brien and the Falcons. Retiring the Jaguars in order. No runs, hits, there's nobody left. 2.5 in the books, 3-0. Flower Mound with the lead on Champion Sports Radio and CSR TV.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Bottom half of the third inning here at Quick Trip Park. Jaguars lead 3-0. Orta, Klein, and Reyes coming to the plate for Timber Creek. And Got to watch out for this Orta character. He has been a thorn in the side of the Jaguars all series, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, well put, Peter. 210 average coming in. You're thinking, okay, 9-hole hitter, center fielder. 210. He's all about speed. He probably beats some balls out. That has not been the case in this series. Takes the first pitch downstairs, ball one. Orta, last night, 2 for 3 with a single, a double, and a run scored. In game one, not bad as well as he was 0 for 2, but did work a walk in that 6th inning. That led things off and put a lot of pressure on Weimer, although he pitched beautifully to get out of it. The bases loaded, 1 out, got back-to-back swinging strikeouts of Davidson and Gill, arguably the 2 best hitters on the team. Pitch is swung on to left. Hannah jogging over on the run. Just so effortlessly covering a ton of ground out there in center field. He runs it down, fly ball to center, first down here in the home half of the 3rd inning.
You called it earlier in the game how the ball just carries to left field here. That ball just kept going. And if it's not for a fleet-footed center fielder, I don't know if Skylar Cox could have got there. What a great play by Hannah. He makes it look easy, though.
Absolutely. This inning brought to you in part by Syracuse Sausage, the best sausage in Texas and a favorite of the broadcast crew. You can pick them up at the Jaguar concession stand, or today, if you were here early enough, most road games, the tailgate crew in full effect out in the parking lot. It's the first pitch from Lauer to Klein is in there for strike one. Jags want to thank Syracuse Sausage for a lucrative and special, at least to the broadcast crew, very special 6-year partnership.
Don't tell anybody. I had one already.
You already? I got to give a lot of credit to Travis Jacobs and Steve Hill. They take care of us in a number of different ways, but none more than making sure we get our Syracuse Sausage for each broadcast. 0-2 is swung on and popped up to left. Cox loses his hat and makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down here in the 3rd. And a fly ball to left. In fact, last night we had we got this little aluminum tin. We each had a couple Syracuse sausage in there ready to go, and it got to 4-0. We go to break. Doc takes off his headset at the camera. He goes, "I'm getting a rally sausage." And he walks over there and he opens it up and he busts one out and he scarfed it down real quick. Started to see a little bit come through that, but maybe it's a delayed response. Maybe it's happening today as the Jaguars lead 3-0 here, bottom of the 3rd with 2 gone.
That wasn't a tin of food. That was a buffet. And thanks to those guys for taking care of us and doing it again today. We really do appreciate it. We've spent more time at Quick Trip Park these last 3 days than we have at home.
Without a doubt, sir. 2-0 count here to the 2-hole hitting second baseman, Reyes. Pitch is swung on, popped up. Hannah was practically playing in left center field anyway. Makes that catch fairly easily. 3 fly balls to left center field, all caught. 2 by Hannah, 1 by Cox. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Make it 4 in a row, retired by Lauer. In the 3rd, no runs, hits, errors, nobody left. 3 full in the books, 3-0 your score. Jaguars on top of the Timber Creek Falcons on Champion Sports Radio and CSR TV.
Many heart conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the #1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Top half for the 4th inning here at beautiful Quick Trip Park in Grand Prairie, Texas. The Jaguars lead Timber Creek 3-0. Throw to the play-by-play voice of the Flower Mound Jaguars, Mr. Thomas Lee.
First pitch from O'Brien bounces into Jacobson. Casey doing his thing today. Had a solid single after falling behind 0-2. Fought back, got a pitch he could handle. Ended up stealing a base and scoring the second of 3 runs 2 innings ago. Swing through that one. Count now. A ball and a strike. Ryan Van Leeuwen is the left fielder. Last night's starting pitcher was spectacular. He's playing deep in left. Anthony Orta, about average, maybe a few steps deeper than normal. He's got the speed to cover it, though, in center. Austin Gage over in right. Fairly straight away against Jacobson, who swings through that pitch and now has a 1-2 count.
And Casey fell down in the count his last at-bat and really battled. And like you said, Thomas, that base hit.
Hard hit ball, just a 1.5 foul. You were saying, Peter?
Oh, nothing. Just wondering what you got going on over there. A little interested about what's going on over at Plano West.
I'm not sure yet.
Okay. I thought that's what you got there. My bad.
Here's 1-2. Good eye by Case. He takes that one low and away, 2-2 the count. I want to give a shout out here to maybe the biggest fan outside of North Texas. I know there are going to be a lot of grandparents vying for that title as well, but Michael Stubblefield actually flew in from Pennsylvania to attend Game 1 on Thursday night. He's back home, the Quaker State. So hello, Michael, and thanks for being such a supporter of the Flower Mound Jaguars. By the way, Thursday night, that was the 10th shutout by Jaguar pitching in Flower Mound playoff history. Michael, you may need to come back. Fought off at the plate.
What kind of dedication is that, though?
That's impressive.
Man, that's...
Didn't even have a kid that was in the program. He had a couple of, has a couple of young ones who aren't even high school age yet. Got a job offer he couldn't refuse. Not working for the Mafia. I think it's a chemical company. Payoff pitch. Look at Jameson battling here. That's the 8th pitch of the at-bat to lead things off here in the 4th. Now, 62 pitches already thrown by O'Brien, who, by the way, Timber Creek, this is a pretty good pitcher you got here in this junior. Will be coming back next year. He's done well here, thrust into action. Like we said, he did make a handful of starts in district play because of all the rain. And he gets Jacobson looking there on the 9th pitch of the at-bat. That's the 4th K for O'Brien in the first down here, top of the 4th.
Casey obviously looking for something else there, and a nice pitch by O'Brien, but nice quality at-bat that time by Casey. Jacobson just guessed wrong on strike 3.
Hard hit ball to center. So hard that Orta started to run to his left and then stopped as it tails away. Good swing by Jeffries, but a quick out here. And there are 2 gone in the 4th.
One of those atom balls that you see, Thomas, that you saw a lot of last night when the Jaguars did square one up. It seemed to be always right at people. That's a good job by Orta not to overrun that ball. Nothing harder than a ball hit right at you.
Hard hit ball too short. Klein is there to scoop it up. The toss over is high, but the big 6'6" sleigh ball makes the catch flat-footed. And Thornquist rounds out 6-3. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Make it 8 in a row, retired now by O'Brien. In the 4th, no runs, hits, errors, nobody left. Halfway through the ball game, Jaguars with a 3-0 lead. CSR TV's coverage of playoff baseball continues in a moment. We want to thank another proud sponsor of the broadcast, Kohl's. You can expect great things from Kohl's and the Kohl's Cares Community Volunteer Program. Kohl's a proud 6-year sponsor of Jaguar baseball. The folks at Kohl's happy the Jags lead at 3-0 here in game number 3. Back to Quick Trip Park after these messages on CSR TV.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas.
You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org. This inning is sponsored in part by Rapid Med Urgent Care in Highland Village, a family-owned business delivering the best, most convenient medical care to friends and neighbors. Range of services include primary care to urgent care, immunization, school and sports physicals, and so much more. Visit rapidmed.com for more information. Head to the bottom of the fourth inning now. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Falcons. They trail the Jaguars 3-0. Flower Mound, 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Timber Creek, no runs on 3 hits, no errors for them either. And the 1-1 count here from Lauer. He's come out just pitching beautifully here today. 3+ innings of work, 3 hits. That's his line. Most importantly, no walks, no runs. Not trying to overpower people, even though he came in with 21 strikeouts in 16 innings on the year. And this one is just foul as it gets outside the third base bag. And the count will remain a ball and 2 strikes here to the catcher, Davidson, and Gill. The meat of the order for the Falcons due up here in the fourth. Lauer kicks and fires. Swung on. Paris, 3 steps in, makes a catch. Fly ball to right. That is the 4th consecutive fly ball out that Lauer has induced. And the first out here in the 4th. This half inning also brought to you by Point of Origin Design, your one-stop shop for apparel, promotional event, or team uniform needs. Or beautifully grilled Syracuse sausage. Really, they do it all for you. They offer a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products with competitive pricing and quality work. You can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. Give Steve and Barb a visit at pointoforigindesign.com. On cue, their son Noah takes his grounder off the bat of Davidson. Easy flip over to Weimer at first. 4-3 ground out, 2 gone here in the 4th. Six pitches, 2 outs here in the 4th for Lauer. The curveball breaks in for a strike. Devastating pitch. My goodness, that was a pretty pitch to start off Gill with. Not sure freshman's seen a pitch like that unless he's been with Pops up at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. Big-time stuff from Lauer there. That one can't find the zone. 2-1 the count. Gill, 300 average, 1 for 6 in the series, make it now 2 for 7 with the second inning single.
Oop, slipped.
Lauer's been so economical as well.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen somebody slip in 3 days, and that, I don't know the guy's name, but that grounds crew of 1 man here at Quick Trip Park, he deserves a sausage or something.
Hardest working groundkeeper in North Texas. Ground to the 3rd. Whole house's throw on the money. It's so easy for Weimer. All the throws from the left side of the infield, whether it be Whole House or Jensen at 3rd or Jacobson at short, they're eye level right into the mitt. Makes life easy. 5-3 ground out there of the freshman Gill. And look at Lauer going through the meat of the order. 1, 2, and 3. He's now retired 7 in a row. In the 4th, no runs, hits, errors, nobody left. 4 innings in the books. 3-0 your score. Jags on top of Timber Creek. CSR playoff baseball continues in a moment.
Stay
up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Take me out to the ball game.
Top half of the fifth inning here at Quick Trip Park. Jaguars continue to lead 3-0. Sean Holhouse at the plate. Here's Thomas.
Brought it up last night, Peter. See a great defensive play in the field, and how often is that guy the next guy up? Holhouse with a great play at third, a strong throw. Off of a dangerous hitter in the freshman Gill. Now with a great hitters count, 3-0. I think the take sign will probably be on here. You never know with Danny Wallace, but it is a 4-pitch walk to lead things off here in the fifth. This is the second time in the ballgame the Jaguars get the leadoff man aboard. In the second, it was a leadoff walk for Hannah, and that's when the 3 runs came across to score for the Jags. Snaps a streak of 8 consecutive retired by O'Brien. And that'll bring Coach Watson out to the mound to have a conversation with his battery. They bring in Slaybach at first. In fact, the entire infield's going to gather on the mound.
He's wishing right now he could bring his left fielder in the pitch. Boy, he was good last night, huh?
I was talking to Coach Watson before the game. I said, hey, has he got another 7 innings in him? He goes, I wish, man. Got to say, that's one of the best pitching performances. We've seen a lot of good ones. That one is up there, as good as any of them. Got a pinch runner coming in at first base as well. Bailey Champagne. 7 stolen bases on the season. He came on to run, actually make it 8 stolen bases on the season. He came on to run for Holhouse in the 5th inning of the Game 1 win, but after stealing second was promptly picked off. So I saw both Coach Cisneros and Coach Watson with some words for the junior as he headed over to first base to replace Holhouse after the leadoff walk.
A coaching moment, so to speak?
There are plenty of those with this staff.
There's plenty of them.
Champagne easily back in time with that throw.
And a good staff they are.
Wonderful. The discipline and intensity they have installed with this team. Really something special. Jaguars have been good for so many years, but now it's a different level. Maybe since the days of Derek Matlock have we seen this Flower Mound club this sharp. Good location. So Brian comes inside corner, strike 1 to Paris.
Double barrel warm-up action down the left field line. Not sure if, not very serious about it, but they were, I promise.
Lala Gaggling Lee warming up. That's why I put a lot of suffixes on that one.
Spending a little bit more time talking to some of the air hogs who are out here prepping for their season. Starts in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I saw one of them throw it in the pin, I guess, as we were beginning the ball game.
I heard it.
Champagne takes off, and he is in safely as long as he didn't go past the bag. Oh, he did. He's saying his foot is still on the bag. Wallace is jogging over. He probably had a better viewpoint of it, or maybe not a closer one, but at least the vantage point than the second base umpire. And Wallace is saying his foot may have slipped off, but the tag was not applied when it happened. I can see from the hand gestures, and that's a tall drink of water, your second base umpire, too, as he's got almost a head taller than Danny Wallace. From our camera angle, you can see the face of the umpire as it goes on. And Champaign is out.
That's the young man that was behind the plate last night. I thought he did a real good job out behind the dish. And I'll give him credit. He's letting Danny go off for here a little bit. Sometimes umpires will say, Coach, he's out. Go back and coach third base. But he's giving him some leeway. In fact, I'm kind of surprised that one of his partners hasn't come and bailed him out.
Home plate umpire now is.
Oh, here comes the first place umpire. He's the crew chief. That's the guy that had the thimble for a strike zone Thursday night, if you remember. I love umpires.
This is as a former umpire yourself, I understand. This is the second game of the schedule here today at Quick Trip Park. Martin won earlier and dispatched Odessa 2-0 with an 8-3 win yesterday afternoon, 8-1 win today.
They have a road trip on their hands. So I was looking this morning. Lubbock, Laredo, or Montwood. I mean, far away for them. That's their reward.
I heard some of the dads talking that we're either going to Lubbock or that's, I think,
Kingwood. I'm sorry, Kingwood.
Yeah, Abilene's best case scenario. Else they're going to Midland, so they take on a team from El Paso.
Yeah.
2-1 the count here to Paris.
You sweep, and this is what you get.
That one hits the heel of Paris. Well, you hate to see that play as Champaign slid past the bag and was tagged out. Otherwise, it'd be 2 on, no out. But Paris is aboard on first now. And Hill's back up to play for the third time here in the fifth inning.
And top of the order, and a guy that is due coming to the dish right now, Noah Hill.
If you weren't with us last night, Midlothian with a dramatic come-from-behind 3-2 win over Carroll. Most of you were probably asleep by the time that game ended. Paris takes off, and he is safe with the stolen base. You know how purposeful those cleats went right into the side of the base to make sure he didn't slide by. In fact, Chad owns the single-season record for stolen bases that he set last year. That's his 20th stolen base of this season. Only been thrown out twice. Runner on second, one gone. And that one's blocked nicely outside. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Hill. So Carroll with 3 errors in the 6th inning. They led 2-0 going to the bottom of the 6th. Midlothian plates 3 in that frame, and they take game 2 3-2. So we'll have game 3 after this one between the Dragons and the Panthers. Good location by O'Brien there on the outside edge, 2-1 the count. Meanwhile, Hebron has already advanced. They're going to be waiting and scouting. We saw Coach Stone here last night, caught the final 5 or 6 innings of game 2 as Paris takes off for third. Davies' throw is not going to be in time. If we were at the mound, you'd hear the Roadrunner sound effect on the speakers as the pitch is a ball, so Hill's got a 3-1 count, and Paris swipes his 21st base of the year, his second in this trip around the bases. But Hebron with a 2-game sweep over Byron Nelson, 4-0 in game 1, 9-5 in game 2. So Hebron awaiting the winner of Carroll and Midlothian. Tries to frame it on the outside corner. Hill works the walk. Paris gets back in time, and Coach Wallace with a couple of words. Wondering where Chad was going there with only 1 out.
Here comes Derek Watson. I think everybody needs to take a deep breath here.
Well, he's going to talk to his battery.
That might be it for Nick O'Brien. Yep. Your center fielder is going to be your pitcher. Or something.
We've seen him do just about anything. He may be coming into play in the infield. We'll sort that out. We want to thank some of the proud sponsors of Jaguar Baseball, though, including Quick Car full-service auto repair and car wash. Visit Quick Car at 2499 and FM 3040 for all your repair, service, car wash, and detail needs. Quick Car, proud four-year sponsor. Flower Mound Jaguar Baseball. Staff inning also brought to you in part by Heaven's Best Carpet Cleaning, a worldwide leader in carpet and upholstery cleaning, with services including rug cleaning, leather cleaning, tile and grout, and hardwood floor cleaning. Heaven's Best dry in 1 hour process has exceptional results for carpets that are dry in just 1 hour. Visit heavensbest.com for more information. Jags continue to bat here, top of the 5th. There's one out, runners at the corners now, and Nick O'Brien's day is done. We'll have a new pitcher for the Falcons, and as Pete guessed a moment ago, it is the center fielder, Anthony Orta. So Orta now on the mound. 5'7", 140-pound junior. We've seen him make some throws in from center that make me believe that he's got a pretty good arm, too. A 3.11 ERA on the season. And he didn't need a lot of warming up either.
It's like Van Leeuwen has moved to center. Oh, that's not right.
Braylon Gage is in at left. And it looks like, I think, Austin Gage has moved from right to center.
I think that's Van Leeuwen.
And Van
right,
Leeuwen's over
the
and
left-hander,
correct.
right? There you go. So Gage, Van Leeuwen.
First pitch is the pinch hitter. Darren Arnold is in there, takes the pitch high for ball one, hitting for Cox here in the 5th. And Hill swipes the base. We have to total that up again. I think they're over double digits now for the series in stolen bases. Infield playing mostly in. High and tight. 2-0 the count. If contact is made, I think that Wallace is sending Paris from third. He wants some insurance.
He is wearing Chad Paris out. Danny Wallace is over there. I don't know if you picked it up on the crowd mic, but
that one finds a home in the zone. 2-1 the count. You see both corner infielders crashing in. If Arnold can get this thing down, the play is not going to be at first.
Second and third, right? One out.
Do everything they can to keep that run from scoring. Paris on third, Hills on second. Pulls the punt back and takes a pitch. It's now a 3-1 count for Arnold. 158 average coming in, driven in a couple of runs. Golden RBI opportunity with only one out and two in scoring position.
Careful what you're asking for here. Guy that's is about to break out and is due for a hit, Sean Weimer on deck.
5'8", 160-pound senior, headed to SFA, swings at the 3-1 and fouls it up and out of play. Arnold batting here in the 2 spot in the 5th. 2 on, 1 out. Payoff pitch takes the walk. 3 walks and a hit batter. In this half inning, they did retire Champagne off the base pass as he slid past the bag at second. But now the bases are loaded, and there's only 1 out for Sean Weimer. And right now, I think Danny Wallace is telling him, kid, do what you do. Put the ball in the air. You push it to the outfield, and we got a good shot at getting a very important 4th run. That has been the winning score in each of the first 2 games. Also on the lineup card in the dugout, Danny Wallace wrote, "How will you be remembered?" Senior Weimer, the TCU signee, with a golden chance with the bases loaded and 1 out.
And a game that was flying along, and I didn't say a word, has just come to a screeching halt. Maybe the reverse will happen now.
78 pitches thrown by the starter O'Brien. He was responsible for 2 of the 3 on bases. Weimer swings through the off speed for strike 1. Sean struck out swinging twice against O'Brien. Now this is first at bat against Orta. Takes that one downstairs, 1-1.
The approach with Orta has to be patience. He's just crafty again with another left-hander, and you just see him trying to pick spots and throw to spots.
Fast curve. Uses a change sparingly. That one finds the home, though. It's in the zone. 1-2 the count. Let's reset the action for you. Got the speedster Paris on third. Second baseman Hill with great speed on second. He got the flyer and Arnold at first. Weimer fouls that one off over to the third base side in front of the Falcon dugout. Stay alive at the count 1-2 at the plate. Popped up in the infield. Orta
fly roll.
Going to make the catch, but as Peter pointed out, the infield fly roll was in effect. That will be the second out here in the 5th.
Sorry, it's the old umpire in me.
This half inning brought to you by AOS Engineering, a commercial mechanical, electrical, and plumbing engineering firm based in Plano. They're registered in multiple states and provide engineering services for multiple types of projects. Visit aos-engineering.com to see how they can help you on your next project. 2 down, bases juice full of Jags. Here's Jamison Hanna. Walk, stole a base, scored a run in the 3-run second. Takes first pitch, ball 1. With 2 gone here in the 5th. Boy, 2 outs, and Arnold, the speedster at first. Boy, a base hit just might clear the bases. Extra base hit absolutely will. 1-0. Catches on the outside corner for a strike.
Just barely got the outside corner that time, and now Jamison got a battle.
1 ball, 1 strike to count. Swings through the off speed. Good looking curve there. 1-2.
Pulled the string.
If you missed it last night on CSR TV, Geyer defeated Marcus in game 1 of their series 4-2. Marcus now leading top of the second in game 2, 3-0. So game 3 imminent there. And a series happening at Plano West. Winner of this series will advance to take on the Coppell Cowboys. 2-game sweep over Cedar Hill, 4-1 in game 1, 7-0 in game 2, in which the staff combined for a 1-hitter. Arnold halfway in between first and second. And the ball is swung on and fouled off back to the facade over here. You see him peek into the corner of the screen when Arnold got about halfway there. You can see the electric speed that he has. Lumberjacks happy to have that in their arsenal next year. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Orta, his first. And that'll do it for the Jaguars in the 5th. They load the bases but can't get anybody home. And they do it without the benefit of a base hit or an error. Jaguars leave them loaded. 3 walks and a batter hit. A runner retired on the base paths, and then Orta comes in and slams the door with 2 quick outs. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Jaguars with a 3-0 lead on Timber Creek here. CSR TV's playoff baseball coverage continues in a moment.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores. 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting. It's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
Bottom half of the fifth inning here at Quick Trip Park. Jaguars continue to lead 3-0. Missed an opportunity there in the top of the fifth to extend their lead, but back on the field, back on the mound is Thomas Lauer. Here's Thomas.
First pitch, ball one to the now right fielder, Ryan Van Leeuwen. This one is swung on and popped up and out of play over towards the... I guess they got a whole playground set up over there. Foul territory. The wide world of parks is what they're calling it. Grand Prairie Parks and Recreation, a permanent exhibit here at Quick Trip Park. Curveball snaps in. Beautiful pitch. 1-2 the count.
Might want to think about putting a net over it. Just a thought.
It looks like that they maybe could. They just haven't yet.
Yep, maybe.
Lunging job by Van Leeuwen there just to foul the pitch off. 7 consecutive retire by Thomas Lauer, today's starter. That one comes inside the count, 2-2. 51 pitches thrown by Lauer, 33 of them for strikes, and just over 4 innings of work. It's pretty good stuff. Great economy there. Hard hit, one hopper to Weimer. He'll step on the bag himself, 3 unassisted, and there's one gone here in the fifth.
What a nice job that time by Weimer, who, ball hit real hard. His first job is get in front. He does. One out, and once again, the leadoff base runner does not get on. That's a big start for the bottom half of the fifth here.
Hasn't happened so far in 5 innings today against Lauer. The big first baseman, Isaac Slaybach, steps in, takes the first pitch. There's that curveball. When Lauer's hitting that curveball for a strike, it's going to be tough. This half inning brought to you in part by Corner Bakery Cafe, featuring innovative seasonal menu options while delivering a premium bakery cafe experience in the heart of neighborhoods everywhere. For more information, visit cornerbakerycafe.com.
Goes back to back with the curveball there, and ahead in the count now, 0-2. And that was better than the first one, Thomas.
I think the Jaguar assistant coach Patrick Watson would call 3 curveballs in a row.
As bad as he looked on that one, I would. He did.
That one's down in the zone. Austin Gage on deck, retrieves the ball and tosses it out of play.
So he can go pick it up again?
Yeah, he's kind of lost it.
Now he's going to... Well.
Grounder back up the middle. Jacobson, the spin, the throw. And great speed by Slaybach to beat it out. I can't even believe that Casey put that play on it. Made it as close as he did over there at first.
Not hit very hard, and that Casey had to go a long way. The fact that he got it there and made it that close is a statement for how good he is, but really no chance for any shortstop to make that play. It's amazing he made it as close as he did.
Marauders are 3 in the first, 3 in the second. Now lead Geyer 6-0 in game 2 of that series. That's the bottom of the second now. Wildcats now at the plate. Curveball can't drop into the zone. It's ball 1 to Austin Gage. So Slaybach now 2 for 2. He's got 2 of the 4 Timber Creek hits in this ball game after we haven't seen him at the plate in the series. Throw to first, and Slaybach dives back inside. in Flower Mound's portion of the Region 1 bracket. Of course, the winner of this game will win the series if the Jaguars took Game 1 4-0 and the Falcons took Game 2 by the same score, 4-0. They would advance to play the winner of today's Game 3 between South Grand Prairie and Trinity. The Warriors, who trailed 4-2 heading to the bottom of the 7th on Thursday, plated 3 runs, 2 to tie and 1 on a bases-loaded walk to win Game 1. Trinity, the Bats came alive and won 13-4 last night. Time called, no pitch. So the winner of this one, unsure who they will face, as both series are in a Game 3. Keller, meanwhile, advanced with a 2-game sweep over Plano. 5-4 in Game 1, 4-2 in Game 2. And they are awaiting a Game 3 from Mansfield and Richland. Mansfield won Game 1 9-8, and Richland took Game 2 4-3. So 3 out of the 4 series here in this quartet of games in the bottom half of the Region 1 bracket, all going to a Game 3. Good looking curveball there and strikes him out looking. That's the first K of the game for Thomas Lauer.
Best pitch he's thrown all day right there. Slider that just absolutely dropped perfectly into the zone and froze the hitter for the second out.
Good block at the plate by Thornquist. That's ball 1 to the pitcher, Anthony Orta. 5'7", 140-pound junior. They chronicle the damage he's done at the plate. He flew out to center against Lauer back in the 3rd. Good swing on this one, and he goes to left. It's going to split Cox and Hanna, and Slaybach's going to score from first. Orta does it again. RBI double. The Falcons are on the board. It's now 3-1 Flower Mound.
Just gets between the two speediest defensive defenders that the Jaguars have and gets all the way out to the 366 sign in left center field, and a 2-out run scoring double has made the score 3-1. Boy, he has been something special for Timber Creek. Came in, did a great job there in the top half of the inning, getting out of a bases loaded jam, and now give him an RBI.
Three for 6 in the series with a walk, an RBI, a run scored, and 2 extra base hits. As the lineup resets and the Texas Tech verbal commit Brian Klein steps in. Lauer the look back to second, now the 0-1. Good knockdown by Thornquist. I remember maybe 1 ball, maybe 2 this entire district and campaign now into the postseason that I've seen get past Thornquist. He's been a stalwart at the catching spot, taking over for Mitch Andrews last year.
Double barrel warm-up action down the right field line for the Jags. Good pitch.
Great location, paints the black on the inside corner. Eric Gione, Parker Murphy both warming up for the Jaguars. And a ground ball down the first base line, fielded by Weimer. He'll step on the bag. Lauer gets out of the 5th with only 1 run coming across. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. 1 man left. 5 full in the books. It's a 2-run game now. Jags 3, Falcons 1. We head to the 6th after these messages on Champion Sports Radio and CSR TV.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Top half of the sixth inning here at Quick Trip Park. New score, 3-1. Jaguars continue to lead. Here's Casey Jacobson stepping in for the Jaguars. Tell you all about it. My buddy Thomas Lee.
5, 6, and 7 for the Jags here in the sixth, and the first pitch taken by Jacobson for ball one. Casey 1 for 2 in the game. Single, stole a base, scored a run in the 3-run second inning. Jags with a golden opportunity last frame, left him loaded. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Pitch can't find the zone, 2-0. Had a lot of Jaguars come through that, watch them play, particularly those guys who are multiple years in the varsity, and I just kind of have an affinity for. Casey's definitely one of those. I'm a very defensive-minded guy no matter the sport. What he does at short and has done since he stepped in as a sophomore has been just sensational. This year, he's been such a dangerous hitter as he takes the automatic there. 3-1 now, the count to Jacobson. BYU's getting a really great ball player. And it'll be fun to have he and McKay perhaps in the middle infield together once again. Good-looking breaking ball there from Orta, and the count is full.
Coach Watson really working the home plate umpire. He thought a couple of those pitches in this at-bat might have been called strikes.
Jacobson swings and fouls this one back up and out of play. Yeah, Watson's not one to miss an opportunity to talk with an official, even from 30 feet away.
You better be careful. He's going to be putting time out. Put him down the other end of the dugout.
Yeah, he hardly leaves the dugout anyway. I mean, he's not like Fuel, who never leads, but good hard hit ball foul down the third baseline.
Almost got into the place where we should have went Thursday night for a couple hours, the Sports Bar and Grill behind the left field fence. It's open. Gates are open out there.
Yeah, we're here in the Champion Sports Radio Luxury Suite instead.
Not complaining. They had a beverage, though.
Yeah,
there.
That would have been nice since we were done for the night.
Yeah.
The coaches just refused to admit it. That was the halfway point of Game 1 of the Carroll Midlothian series.
We had a lake between the mound and the plate.
Payoff pitch swung on to center, and it's going to fall in front of Austin Gage. Another fantastic at-bat. That's the first hit off of Orta. And a leadoff single here in the sixth.
Yeah, and everybody's approach is going to have to be different to Orta, Thomas. You're going to have to wait on it because he's not throwing nearly as hard as others, and you're going to get a courtesy runner for Casey. What a great at-bat. But you just have to be patient, stay back, and then as the ball gets there, just explode through. You can't get out in front of it. What a good job Casey Jacobson did.
Trevor Jureka comes on to run for Jacobson. 5'10", 165-pound junior, now running at first. 15 stolen bases in 16 attempts this season for Jureka. See what TJ can do. Throw over, and Jureka back in time. Slaybach thought that he got him. Saw him run for Thornquist in Game 1 in the second inning after the catcher walked. That's the only time we've seen Trevor in the series.
Darn lefties. Such great moves. Good bunt.
Beautiful execution. Davidson, no chance but to go over to first. Excellent sacrifice bunt. 5-3 on the out. It advances Jureka into scoring position. One gone here, top of the sixth, as the Jaguars are looking for some insurance to get back the momentum after the run was plated in the bottom of the fifth by the Falcons. This half inning brought to you in part by Ana Mia's, a proud sponsor of Jaguar baseball. Treat yourself to more than 50 menu choices, from the classic to the creative Mexican dish. Ana Mia's is the best Mexican restaurant in Flower Mound and a top Dallas caterer. Remember, everybody goes home happy after eating at Ana Mia's. If we didn't have Syracuse sausage and barbecue, courtesy of Steve Hill, I would be jonesing for some Ana Mia's right now.
As good as that stuff has been the last 2 nights, I'd really like dinner on a plate tonight.
Well, you're asking for a lot there, partner.
Yeah, I know. That's not happening tonight either. It may happen around 11 o'clock tonight, but who knows? There's always Sunday.
The rain stays off. You never know. 1-0 pitch. Downstairs, and Thornquist ahead in the count now, 2-0. Had a sacrifice bunt RBI back in the second. Nick 0 for 1, ground out to short in the first pitch he saw in the fourth. Now ahead of Orta, 2-0. The runner on second and one gone here, top of the sixth. And a 3-1 lead for the Jaguars. And a 3-0 count now on Thornquist.
I don't know about you, but another run or two here would be make me feel a little bit more comfortable.
This Jaguar team doesn't like to do things easily most of the time.
Yeah, this Timber Creek team is not going to go away, and give them credit for that.
Absolutely. It's about as good as a fourth-place finisher has fared this weekend. Good-looking pitch coming in from Orta on the hands of Thornquist. Gets the call on the inside portion of the plate. We saw Cedar Hill not all that competitive against Coppell in the 2-game sweep. Keller scores were closer with Plano, but Indians never really threatened. As the count runs full as Thornquist swings through that one. Timber Creek getting the best of a game here, and Carroll doing the same thing as well. The 2 series that we've had here at Quick Trip Park, the fours really battling with the top seeds out of the opposite team in the bi-district round. Payoff pitch, swung on and hit high into the air to left field. Tagging from second to third is Jureka. It's a blur. The ball was just being thrown back into the cutoff man, and all of a sudden I see Jureka sliding in.
I was going to ask you, I haven't been able to do very many Jaguar baseball games, and Casey Jacobson is a Jet. To get courtesy run for this kid has to be a Learjet.
He absolutely is. He's this year's Chad Paris, the guy who was the first guy typically off the bench. Usually reserved for the courtesy running role for the catcher, but Thornquist has had a tough series. Played great behind the dish, just haven't had the production at the plate that he's used to having. Sean Holhouse takes the first pitch for strike one. Yeah, Jureka is a flyer. And for Casey, at least, it's, hey, leadoff single. All right, now your shortstop, who is such a stalwart on defense, now gets to take a blow, get a cup of water, relax a little bit here in the half inning because there are 6 huge outs coming up the Jaguars need to close out this series.
Only problem with that, he's up on the fence with his 2 buddies cheering on his teammates, and you wouldn't expect anything else.
Nice block at the plate by Davis. 2-1 the count here on the third baseman. Holhouse had an RBI single in the first. Walked in the fifth, was relieved for a courtesy runner in Champaign, who was safe and then slid past the bag at second for the first out in that 5th inning. Good swing by Holhouse. A little underneath
ripped.
it, though.
That ball's ripped.
Heading back, and no chance for the left fielder to make the catch. It's going to be an RBI double for Sean Holhouse. The Jaguars get the run back they gave up in the 5th. They now lead it again by 3, 4-1.
I don't know if you heard me in your ear when he hit it. I said, that ball's ripped. And it just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. We've been talking about it all that week, how that ball is carried to left field. And it just one-hopped the 366 line. It would have one-hopped the fence if it didn't hit the glove. But, wow, what a huge hit. Coach Watson's not happy. The clipboard just went airborne.
Well, with Orta coming out of center, you move Gage to center, Van Leeuwen to right. So the young man who's out there, not a bad job, just not the usual starters in place, and perhaps might not have gotten the best read off the bat of a ball that was absolutely tattooed by Sean Holhouse. Really been coming on as of late.
And Thomas, I've seen this over the years, being around baseball for a long, long time. You run a guy like Orta out there, and maybe for an inning or two, his off balance he creates as a pitcher, not throwing it at 85, 90 miles an hour like you normally see. Good hitters adjust, and I think that's what you're seeing now. But nobody up in the bullpen. Maybe there's nobody left.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much Timber Creek has left.
They're probably on the field.
Give Braylon Gage a lot of credit, though. He really hustled after that one.
You can hear the wind in our crowd, Mike, and we hadn't heard that all day, and let's hope that's not the sign of things to come here.
First pitch, ball one to Paris. Good location on the outside corner. One of the toughest things I think to do is, you're a pitcher, you're right-hander, left-hander, either way. You look back to second. Now you got to swing your head around and relocate on the plate and try to paint a quarter. Very impressive job by Orta there. Off-speed chop foul by Paris, and the count's 1-2.
I remember Louis T. Hunt. He did that every pitch, even when there wasn't a man on base. That was his motion. I know maybe aging you a little bit over there, but I don't know how he guy ever threw a strike and never looked at home plate.
Muscle memory? I don't know. 1-2, back up through the middle. Nice scoop, though, by Klein. He's going to have to hurry. And he does throw out Paris by a step. 6-3 ground out ends the Jaguars 6. Not before they add a run on the benefit of a couple of base hits. There were no errors and a runner left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's back to a 3-run lead. Jags 4, Falcons 1. We're back to Quick Trip Park after these messages on Champion Sports Radio and CSR TV.
Do you need a boost in exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student-athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Bottom half of the 6th inning here at Quick Trip Park. Jaguars extend their lead to 4-1. Part of the order coming to the plate for the Falcons. Here's Thomas.
2, 3, and 4. Second baseman Reyes. The catcher Davies. The third baseman Davidson. Combined, they are 1 for 6 today, but they've been so dangerous this series. Lauer back to work. First pitch swung on and fouled up and out of play. And that will be strike one. Reyes, the lone one with the hit. He singled, and then Cox in left was able to get to it, cut it off, and throw to second as Reyes tried to stretch it for a double. It was a big play in the early part of this ball game. Lauer pitch outside, 1-1 the count.
Defense pulled over way to to left field. Jameson had a left center fielder literally playing left center field. He's the center fielder playing left center. Good pitch. Oh, doesn't get the ball.
2-1 the count to Reyes. After this pitch, we'll try to show you that shift. It's pretty serious. Lauer catches the outside corner. You can see it looks like there's nobody in center, but there's Jay. Hannah's over there to the left side. You can see Cox a little further to the left. He still's not in your picture, though. There he is. And Paris is playing pretty much right center field. They're pitching this young man away. The bouncer goes foul, although Thornquist was ready to catch and make the throw.
Got to find a new cameraman. He's not very good.
The usual one has this terrible thing called a day job keeping him from being here. So you're not bad on the camera for a color analyst.
Wow, this is an easy night. I'm only doing the camera and color. This is part-time work.
Marcus, meanwhile, up 8-1 over Geyer in the bottom of the third.
I see a trip in my future.
I know you said you wanted to go over to West Plano today.
Yeah, you better be nice to Coach Hughes while I'm gone.
Of course I will. It's going to be a dynamite Game 3 coming up at the conclusion of this one between Carroll and Midlothian. Good swing,
right.
but right at the shift, right at where Paris is lined up. That's really perfect scouting and pitching and execution. Ball hit on a rope to Paris and right for the first out here in the sixth.
It's the only time he came inside the whole at-bat, and he hit it right to where the right fielder was in line. Good job by the coaching staff. Dead on, Thomas.
First pitch, curveball inside. And Davies takes it for ball one. He's 0 for 2 today. 348 average coming into the series, excuse me. That would have been difficult. Again swung on. Again hit to right. Paris charging in. Makes a catch. Pair of fly balls to right and 2 quick outs here in the sixth. This sixth inning brought to you in part by D-Bat Louisville, a proud sponsor of Flower Mound Jaguar Baseball with a premier climate-controlled baseball and softball academy, 14 cages, and a fully stocked pro shop. Visit their website at dbatlouisville.com. That's dbatlouisville.com for information on individual lessons and team workouts. Well, thank you guys for tuning in here. A balmy afternoon here, Game 3 of this bi-district series. Timber Creek Falcons forced a Game 3 with a 4-0 win last night after the Jaguars won Game 1 4-0. Flower Mound leading at 4-1. Timber Creek bats with 2 outs here in the bottom of the sixth, and Davidson turns on this one and fouls it off his foot. The count even 1-1. Lauer has been phenomenal on the mound here today.
I was going to use the word special. Really has been gritty. Good pitch. Oh.
Now that the sun's out, the home plate umpire has not been as generous as he might have been in the beginning.
Not sure where that one missed.
Really can't complain about this officiating crew, though. They've done a nice job. Good looking curve on the inside corner. Count even 2-2. Ground ball, 2 hopper to Jacobson at short. Easy money throw. 6-3 ground out. 1-2-3 inning in the sixth for Lauer. He sets down the Falcons in order. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left. We head to the seventh. Jaguar bats with one more chance to add some insurance. They lead 4-1 here in Game 3. 3 outs away from a trip to the area round of the playoffs. Playoff baseball continues in a moment on Champion Sports Radio.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
Top half of the seventh inning, top of the order to the plate for the Jaguars. Noah Hill already in a headed count. 1-0. Jaguars lead 4-1. Here's Thomas.
Hill's 0 for 5 in the series, but his on-base percentage is pretty good, as he has worked 5 walks. So, did reach on a fielder's choice at one point as well.
Oh, no.
Good job nibbling on the outside corner there. Now the count 2-1 here to Hill. No, the 5'9", 180-pound senior, as we've mentioned several times throughout the broadcast, BYU signee. Good swing, just got ahead of the pitch as it's foul down the third base line.
That's over the picnic tables. That might be over there by, who's that guy that played last night at the horse track?
We need doctor for that. I don't know. I thought I was up on
Billy Bob Joe.
Modern music. I'm 0 for 2. I didn't know who was playing Thursday night at Verizon either. This pitch hit well down the left field line with foul.
That I knew. That was Ed Sheeran.
So this will tip the scale. This at-bat right here. It's a 2-2 count for Hill. 0 for 5, 5 walks. Solid hit, high, shallow right field, ranging back. It's going to fall in between the second baseman and the right fielder. First hit of the series for Noah.
Well, sometimes you don't have to hit it hard. It's where you hit it. And Noah drills 2 balls just barely fouled on the left field line. Hits a cue shot over the second baseman. No matter. The line drive in the book. Base hit, leadoff base runner. 4th
time today. Jags have got the leadoff man aboard. 2 out of the previous 3 they have scored. Cox takes it on the inside corner for a strike. A little action now in the bullpen for the Falcons. I guess in case Order runs out of gas. Got to have somebody come in. Throw over to first, and Hill's back in time. Braylon Gage now playing left field. Anthony Orta now pitching, the starting center fielder. Is given way to Austin Gage, who shifted over from right. And Ryan Van Leeuwen moved from left to right. So there's your outfield alignment for the Falcons. Bunt is fouled back to the screen. Cox with an 0-2 count. Round the horn, this infield's been really good. Ty Davidson at third. Brian Klein, the Texas Tech commit, at short. Carlos Reyes played a very nice second base as well. The big 6'6" Isaac Schlebach at first, holding on the runner Hill. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Pitch misses outside, 1-2. And even though the Jaguars have stolen an inordinate number of bases in this series, Dalton Davies has made him earn it, has thrown out a couple of guys on the base paths, and blocked just about everything in front of the plate as the bunt is executed with 2 outs to sacrifice Hill over. Way to go, Skyler. 1-3 on the ground out, moves Hill into scoring position. And with an out, here comes a 3-hole hitting Sean Weimer.
If there's anybody that's due on this team right now, it's Big 2-5.
1 for 9 in the series with a single, a walk. Did have a nice pitching performance in game 1. Takes the pitch inside, ball 1.
And rock solid over at first base.
As I mentioned, though, it's pretty easy with this group. Those throws are coming in eye level right into the glove just about every time. It's one thing not to commit a lot of errors. It's another to make it to where it's almost difficult to commit an error. Ground ball to third. Davidson looks the runner back. And Hill to second, throws over to first and gets Weimer. 5-3 ground out. 2 gone now here in the 7th, and it'll be up to Jamison Hanna. And the Jaguars are going to plate any more insurance before we head to the bottom of the 7th. As we peek ahead to the bottom of the 7th, it'll be 5, 6, and 7. The freshman Gill, the senior Van Leeuwen, and the senior Slaybach. 2 up for Timber Creek. Will it be 4-1 or will the gap be larger? And it takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Three for 9 in the series with a walk. Couple runs scored, an RBI, stolen base. And it jammed here up in the air. I don't think the third baseman Davidson saw it. He lost it in the sun, and sliding into second is Hannah. The run will score as Hill alertly took off like he was shot out of a cannon. He hits the pay station on the RBI knock by Jamison Hannah. It's now a 5-1 Jaguar lead.
Well, Noah's running with 2 outs, and that ball just tough play. The shortstop didn't see it right away, and I think Davidson tried to bail him out, and it's a tough play right over your head like that. No one able to come up with it, and Noah, like I said, running on the crack of the bat easily scores. Great job by J-Mo to get to second base with 2 out.
There's Jacobson, 2 for 3 today. Hard hit, ground ball back up the middle. Casey doing what he does. It's an RBI single. Another run tacked on by the Jaguars. It's 6-1 Flower Mound.
What an outstanding job by Casey Jacobson. Not trying to do too much. Fastball up the middle. What do you down the middle? What do you do, Thomas? You take it right back up the middle. Casey Jacobson, another 2 out single, another RBI. Jaguars now lead 6-1. And I'm feeling better about things.
5 for 11 in the series is Casey. Driven in a pair of runs, stolen a base, scored 2. And all those outs at shortstop as well as Jeffries takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Let's go back to earlier in this inning. It's a 1-2 count on Cox. He gets that bunt down to advance Hill. If he doesn't execute there, Hill's back at first.
Yep. It's Jaguar baseball, though. That's what they do. That's what a Danny Wallace team is going to do.
Hard hit ball line right to shortstop and Klein. Good swing by Jeffries. And that'll do it for the Jaguars 7th. They get 2 more runs across on the benefit of 3 base hits. That's what Coach Fuel keeps saying, boys. We just need to string 3 hits together in an inning and we'll score. And they do it here in the 7th. There were no errors and a runner left on base. Last chance time for Timber Creek. They trail by 5. It's Flower Mound 6 and the Falcons 1. Bottom of the 7th after these messages on Champion Sports Radio and CSR TV.
Many heart conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2nd, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the #1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org and let your heart be heard.
Bottom half of the 7th here at Quick Trip Park. Jags lead 6-1. Here's Thomas Lee, that is, to bring you home.
Thomas Lauer trying to do it on the mound. Looking for the complete game victory. The first pitch is inside to the freshman designated hitter, Mateo Gill. All Jaguar faithful breathing easier after 2 runs played in the top of the 7th. Of course, it helped. The answer ability of this team is really something that I don't think we talk about enough.
Yeah, they're gritty.
A run was scored by Timber Creek in the bottom of the 5th to make it a 3-1 game. They then respond right back with 1 in the 6th and 2 in the 7th to make it 6-1. Good location with the fastball. 2-1 the count. Skylar Cox in left field. Jamison Hanna in center. Chad Paris over in right. Same alignment. Deep in left. Average depth in center. Shallow in right. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Around the infield, you got Sean Holhouse at third. Couple steps behind the bag. Casey Jacobson at short. Noah Hill at second. Just rocks in the infield. Sean Weimer playing a great first base as well. Late swing, and Gill just gets a piece to stay alive.
What a pitch. That one might have been the slowest one he's thrown all day. He doesn't like the baseball. But that one kind of floated up there. A nice job there by Benji Jr. to foul that one off. I'm sorry, that's not nice. Mateo.
We're going to see more of this young man, I have a feeling. Big pitch. Second strikeout of the game for Lauer. Swinging strikeout, first out here of the 7th. Another news in Champion Sports Radio land. Marcus with an 8-3 lead now on Geyer in the bottom of the 4th. A slugfest that was delayed a bit by lightning and rain delays. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to last night's hero, Ryan Van Leeuwen. Masterful performance by the lefty. But he's 0 for 2 at the plate today against Lauer. In fact, played a nice defensive outfield as well. Just at the plate, he hasn't done a ton. He has 1 walk. 0 for 7 in the series. Hard hit ground ball. Jacobson with the backhand. The throw across. Look at that. On the money as always. 6-3. Timber Creek down to their final out.
There's no words how automatic that young man is. He just, I don't mean to gush all over myself. It's just every play is made with the supreme confidence. The Mound faithful rise as one.
Tip your cap to Nick Thornquist. He's caught every inning of this series. Thomas Lauer coming in the Game 3 starter looking for the complete game. First pitch to Isaac Schlabach is high, which is difficult to do with the 6'6 senior. And it's ball 1.
Yep.
That bounces in. 2-0 the count. Of course, he fell behind Gill 2-0, came back, and struck him out.
A little hyped up. I think the crowd got him excited. It's the worst 2 pitches he's thrown all day.
90th pitch of the ball game coming up here from Thomas Lauer.
Good pitch.
It's a strike. Schlabach 2 for 2 in the series. Both hits coming today. Singled with 2 outs in the second. 1 out single came around and scored the lone Timber Creek run of this ball game, this Game 3, in the 5th. Ground ball. 3 hopper to Jacobson. Catches it. Spins. The throw's on time. The Jaguars do it again. They take Game 3 by a score of 6-1. Thomas Lauer, complete game performance as the senior sets down the final 7 batters he faces en route to advancing the Jaguars to the area round for the 2nd consecutive season. In the 7th, no runs, hits, errors, nobody left. Lauer, fantastic complete game performance. And the Jaguars advance. Take on the winner of the South Grand Prairie Trinity Game 3 going on today. 6-1 your final. We'll be back with post-game thoughts of Danny Wallace, the head coach of the Jaguars. We'll have final stats. We'll wrap things up. All that more will continue in a moment. 6-1 the final score. Jaguars win it. Take the best of 3 series, 2-1 over a very gutty and quality Timber Creek club. We'll be back to Quick Trip Park after these messages on CSR TV.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
In Command Broadcasting, a sports TV broadcasting and marketing company. In Command Broadcasting provides a wide array of turnkey video production and streaming services. In Command services include filming of sporting events, season highlights, school graduations, corporate infomercials, and documentaries. In Command streams your sporting event or company function over the internet live or on demand. Call 972-851-7888 to raise the energy of your next event. In Command Broadcasting, 972-851-7888.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Writer Gerald Early said that when they study our civilization 2,000 years from now, there will only be 3 things that Americans will be known for: the Constitution, baseball, and jazz music. GDYO's Jazz Institute provides young musicians in North Texas the opportunity to learn what it means to be a jazz musician through weekly technique classes and combo rehearsals with professional jazz musicians. From the first note to the final round of applause, GDYO Jazz Institute concerts will amaze and delight both hardcore jazz cats and new fans alike. Learn more about the truly original American art form through the GDYO Jazz Institute online at gdyo.org/jazz.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShopboxDFW.com.
Let's throw it down to the field. It's Thomas Lee. Has Coach Wallace, and see if we can get Thomas's attention and little side conversation going on before the conversation. 6-1. The Jaguars are our victor. Today they will go on to play yet another week. Here's Thomas.
Welcome down here to the field. It's a Game 3 victory for the Flower Mound Jaguars, 6-1. As Flower Mound will advance to the area round. Thomas Lee now joined by the victorious head coach of the Jaguars, Danny Wallace. And, Coach, I knew the confidence you had in this team. They've shown you time and time again that when their backs against the wall, they come out and play their best. And today was just the latest chapter. And what's a pretty fantastic history that these seniors have written.
Yeah, it is. And, our staff is a little emotional right now because of Thomas Lauer. We knew Parker Scott couldn't throw all week. Nobody else did. And so you worry and wonder what that's going to lead to. And it led to a Game 3. And we knew Thomas would be our guy. And, with the people that know Thomas know what I'm talking about. Thomas has been through a lot with the family loss and just, been impatient a couple times. I said, Coach, when? And I said, your time's going to come. I don't know when. And he goes out there today and sticks us on his back. And it's amazing. It's one of those great memories and why we do this.
Just over 90 pitches, complete game performance, a 5-hitter. He was dominant. The curveball was breaking in when he wanted it to. He was picking his spots. And I thought the biggest sign was even when he fell behind 2-0 and a couple of hitters late, didn't even phase him. He just went right back to work.
No, and he relied on our defense, and that's what we talked to our pitchers about. We don't need strikeouts. I mean, you've got the best shortstop in the state of Texas behind you, and you got 3 guys in the outfield that can run. You got a veteran at second base. Weimer's really good at first. I mean, Sean made all his plays at third. I don't think we had an error the entire weekend. We talked about that with him this morning. Don't do anything special. Just throw the ball over the plate. Let him put it in play. Do your thing, and we'll make the plays. And that's exactly what he did. It's a credit to him. It's one thing to say, hey, go throw strikes and let the defense play. And he did that. He did that and one more. He threw quality strikes. And he was in command the entire time.
It just further shows how deep this pitching staff is. We've talked about it all year, but there are guys that aren't the household name that the other Jaguars are, that can come in and get the job done.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, during district we were a 3-headed horse, and people talked about it over and over. And Lauer pitched some in relief, and people knew that he was good, but I don't think anybody really knew he was this good. And I mean, we did, and there he is. When we needed him the most.
Hits were plentiful, and especially early, taking that 3-0 lead. Just kind of everybody got to sigh and relax a little bit, and you settle in. I want to give you a chance now to talk about these 3 seniors who have been through so much over the course of their 3 years here. You talked about the great defense of the middle infield in Hill and Jacobson and how effortlessly they make their plays work. And while Sean Weimer plays a great first base, it's hard when he just puts the glove in front of his face and the ball hits the mid almost every single time. He still does a nice job there for you.
He does. He made a couple plays today, and then even picks that ball late today. And by the way, he threw a shutout, earlier in the series. And I heard a couple of them joking in the dugout. Some of our guys that are used to hitting didn't hit at all this weekend. And that's what the playoffs are about. Somebody's got to pick you up. Casey Jacobson was great at the plate all 3 games again. So it's survive and move on. It's always tough in this region. And there's just so many good teams. And that's a talented bunch over there. And they really played us tough. But our 3 leaders led. And, that's what you hope. Those guys have been in a lot of battles, and they did what they needed to do for us. Noah was great in the leadoff spot the entire series. Casey had big hits, and he's just great at short. And then Sean gives us the big performance on the mound.
Yeah, Noah had the final hit there. He finally got a hit in the series. He had 5 walks and 10 at-bats coming into that last one, so he sets the table. And I know one of those guys that hasn't hit like he normally does in this series is Skylar Cox, but the arm he shows and the defensive prowess in left field more than makes up for anything he might not have done at the plate.
Yeah, he struggled, and he knew he was struggling. And Skylar plays with his hair on fire, and sometimes it starts to burn a little much, and he just gets a little excited. And that's what happened to him at the plate this weekend. But yet he still throws the guy out. And who knows, top of the first, leadoff double, or I guess second guy gets a double. That might have, who knows, and he throws that guy out and plays great defense. And so everybody, contributed somewhere along the way, and that's what happens when you have a 3-game series.
The message was fight or die. How will you be remembered? And I think they passed with flying colors today, Coach. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
That's Danny Wallace, the head coach of the Jaguars. 6-1 the final here in Game 3. They take the series 2-1. We'll be back to wrap things up after these messages on CSR TV.
Point of Origin Design is your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. Point of Origin Design is a full-service design and logo creation company that offers a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products. With competitive pricing and quality work, you can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. It's always best to start at the right point, so visit them online at pointoforigindesign.com. Let them help you plan your next promotional item or design your next t-shirt. That's online at pointoforigindesign.com.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores. 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting. It's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Many heart conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the #1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Back at Quick Trip Park, the scene of a 6-1 Flower Mound Jaguar victory over a game Keller Timber Creek team. Jaguars take the series 2 games to 1. And let's go through the box score first for Timber Creek. And you're going to hear things about this team over the years. They are just well coached, played well, still finding themselves as a program, but very young, and they'll be a team to be reckoned with here in the near future. Leadoff hitter Brian Klein goes 0 for 3 on the day, but outstanding play at shortstop all weekend long. Carlos Reyes 1 for 3, a single in the first inning, a play that Coach Wallace and Thomas just talked about, an outstanding defensive play by Skylar Cox to throw it into Noah Hill to get him at second base. And for the second out of the first inning, who knows what could have happened if they don't make that play. Dalton Davies, Ty Davidson combined 0 for 6. Both of them 0 for 3 today. Mateo Gill, what a good-looking young player he is, and what a player he's going to be in the future. 1 for 3 for Gill. Van Leeuwen, the left fielder today, 0 for 3. Isaac Slayback, who we didn't see swing the bat until today, all he does is go 2 for 3 and score a run for Timber Creek. Austin Gage goes 0 for 2. And Anthony Orta, I tell you what, that young man was a thorn in the side of the Jaguars all weekend. 1 for 2 RBI today, and does an outstanding job on the mound. And throw it to my man Thomas Lee to talk about the Carroll box score, because I got to go somewhere.
Well, it's interesting that you say that. It's 8-8 in the top of the fifth between Marcus and Geyer right now. It's an unbelievable comeback by the Geyer Wildcats. If they win this game, the series is over. So that's a game available on CSR TV right now if folks, after we're done, want to switch on over. Of course, we've got Carroll and Midlothian coming up here in just a minute. Why don't you go ahead and finish out the box score there, partner?
All right, I'll let you make a managerial decision here while I go through the Jaguar box score. Noah Hill, 1 for 3 on the night with a run scored. Skylar Cox goes 2 for 3. Nope, sorry, 1 for 3 also. Sean Weimer, tough night to play for Weimer, 0 for 4. And you heard Coach talk about Sean also. Going to have to find a way to get Sean going. I think Sean's trying to do too much at the plate, and I think he just needs to settle in and just be Sean Weimer. Jamison Hanna does a great job. Lead a walk in the second inning, he scores. A single in the seventh inning, he scores. So 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored out of your cleanup hitter, Hanna. Casey Jacobson, give him the Blizzard Player of the Game award. He goes 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Absolutely solid game at shortstop, like always, like Jacobson. And Coach Wallace said it in the interview, the best shortstop in the state of Texas. And you're not going to get an argument from anybody up here eating sausage from the Booster Club. Thomas Jeffries hits the ball hard all 3 times, goes 0 for 4. Nick Thornquist, 0 for 3. No, I'm sorry, 1 for 3. 0 for 2. He had a sack bunt that he got an RBI on. Sean Holthouse, a big 2-out double in the 6th inning and got an RBI there. Had 2 hits. He goes 2 for 2 on the night. And Chad Paris, 0 for 3, but does reach by being hit by a pitch once. And all in all, it comes down to these numbers right here. The right-hander for the Jaguars, Thomas Lauer, came into the game with a 2-0 record with a 0.42 ERA. Friends, that ERA went down. 7-inning pitch, 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 run. It was earned. He is your winner. He goes to 3-0 on the season. The Jaguars live to play another series, and I don't know about you, Thomas Lee. I'm pretty darn excited about that.
It's what we expected. Timber Creek, really got to tip your cap to them. They did a fantastic job in providing some competition, gutting it out, and really putting together a fantastic effort. So the Jaguars advance to play the winner of today's Game 3 between Trinity and South Grand Prairie. It's a 1-run game not too far from us at South Grand Prairie Warrior Field. Bottom of the 5th inning, Trojans 5, SGP 4. In that little bandbox, who knows how many runs can be scored. Yeah. They combined for 6 home runs in last night's affair, and, of course, that's a game that Trinity led 4-2 going to the bottom of the 7th in Game 1. It allowed SGP to score 3 runs to stake the Game 1 victory. Unbelievable job by Lauer. We can continue to spew superlatives. 91 pitches thrown, 59 for strikes. And talking with the pitching coach for the Jaguars on my way out of the dugout, Patrick Watson said, plain and simply, he's like, I had to basically call the game as if Seth Jordan was out there. You call things a little backwards, and it was so effective tonight. As Coach Wallace said, everybody on the team knows about Lauer, knows how good he is. He kept asking and waiting for his spot, and today he shined on the brightest stage.
Absolutely, and no doubt that he was going to go out there for the 7th inning, and I thought he got better as the game went on, and that's what good pitchers do. And, boy, what a boost in the arm that is. You got a young man that has been waiting for his chance, and he finally gets it, and he steps up and says, hey, look at me. How much confidence does that give this coaching staff, knowing now that you got 4 guys, not 3, but 4 you can go to, and that's an absolute bonus now for Danny Wallace and his staff. And, boy, oh, boy, next round's going to be special.
It is going to be special, maybe not as heartfelt and emotional as last year's by-district series win against Bell because of exercising the demons from 2013, but a hard-fought series nonetheless. Tip your cap to a great program that Derek Watson has going there. Timber Creek, in their first playoff appearance ever, take the defending state champs to the wire. But the Jaguars come away with the win. 6-1 the final here in Game 3. Flower Mound won Game 1 4-0. Timber Creek winning Game 2 by the same score of 4-0. And today the Jaguars win it 6-1 to advance to the area round of the playoffs. Final thoughts, partner?
I'm very excited. I little apprehensive coming in today, but the way they bounce back, and I think maybe, like I said last night, a wake-up call for this team, and I think they're going to get on a roll again.
Looking forward to exactly that happening. So once again, Jaguars take it. The best of 3 series, 2-1. They won Game 1 4-0. Timber Creek takes Game 2 4-0, and today the Jaguars win it 6-1. Falcons 1 run on 5 hits, no errors, 3 left on base. Jaguars 6 runs on 7 hits, no errors, 6 left aboard. We still have more baseball for you here, though, on CSR TV. We're about to get underway with Carroll and Midlothian Game 3 of their series. We may even start a few minutes early, folks. We even have a little sunshine out here today, and the storm that was supposed to wash out the entire weekend, so right now has been held to just delaying 1 game out of a possible 5 we broadcast here from Quick Trip Park. For all of us on the broadcast this week, Alex Sterling, Pete Nielsen, I'm Thomas Lee. Once again, your final score 6-1. Jaguars win game number 3. We'll look forward to seeing you at the area round of the playoffs next weekend. Stay tuned to our Twitter feed at Champion Sports, our Facebook page, Champion Sports Radio, all one word, or the website, championsportsradio.com. We'll have all the details as soon as we know what they are. Till then, folks, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Champion Sports Radio.